boy. Well, start them off with low expectations and you can never disappoint. Hello, all you trainers out there. Welcome back to Shiro Shenanigans. We have a face cam now. Hooray. I used it a little bit on the stream. I'm not really comfortable usually hitting myself in the face with my own headphones. I'm not usually comfortable really talking in front of a camera. You didn't see that. This is why we don't usually use the face cam. There's reasons for that. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm not usually a fan of talking in front of cameras like this, but I'm trying to push myself out of my comfort zone because I'm going to be trying to do some more product reviews and such, try and make it a little bit more engaging to really watch than just some hands floating around on screen. I haven't edited a video like this before yet. I'm actually recording separately here and here. They should be synced up, but they might not be, so we'll have to see how that goes. The only reason, by the way, that this poor little image right here looks any good is because I have a resolution of 2 pixels and a breadcrumb. But I figure it's better than nothing. It'll get me used to recording in front of a camera, and if I decide to continue on this path, I can just buy a better webcam later. So I will probably keep looking at myself like it's the worst mirror in the world. Hopefully you can deal with that. But for today, we're going to get back to the video. We're actually starting something new. Like I said in my previous video Monday, I'll put the link somewhere, that I was actually going to start doing product reviews too for Pokemon products. And I was like, well, it'll be in the future. There's not going to be any big changes right away, etc., etc. So Target sent my order in, and I actually ordered 3 of these for myself, my niece, and my sister, who is Crazy Kid 143, and her daughter, Trainer Tori 26. And Crazy Kid, I will ask you before I post this if it's okay to say Tori's trainer name on here. I don't think she's accessible anywhere online, so it shouldn't make a difference. I'll bleep it. I know how to bleep things. If not, I can go boop, and problem solved. But for now, we're gonna do this. I've never done a product review like this. I've only done unboxings. Suddenly wondering if I should have taken the one with the ripped wrapping, because I can't get it open. I've never done a product review like this. I sort of kind of know the contents. I know it's 3 decks, which is why I ended up buying them. They were on sale at Target for $16 or something like that. And there's not even just 2 decks in here like I thought. There's 3, which is a lot of cards for $16. And I know that at least the Charizard and the Mewtwo, oh yeah, there we go, you can see it on the side here. The Charizard and Mewtwo are GX cards, as well as it looks like a Raichu GX, which must be the 3rd deck. And I don't know if they're accessible elsewhere, but I do know that because of all the craziness going on with the Pokemon TCG right now, really going up in price, getting those cards individually would be expensive anyway. Like, I think they're $8 a piece, so 2 cards have already paid for this entirely. So I figured we'd do a little unwrapping, see what all it comes in, and then we can judge together whether it's worth the value. For me, like I said, $16, it's already going to be absolutely worth it. I don't have my trash bag anymore. I'll get that later. So it's already going to be worth it, but I know there's some other stuff in here too. I'm really hoping that it's going to be something good for my niece, because her and my sister are actually learning how to play the game itself, and we've been using the TCGO as well as battling in person when we can, but we can't always, to learn. I thought this was, is this like a straight up board? I thought this was gonna have like those little unfoldy guys that you get. I don't have any up here right now, that you get that have just paper fold out for how to play. Oh, this is absolutely a board. Oh, it's not all gonna fit on screen. Oh, it's like the Clue board from the new ones. Yo, that's awesome! I can't even get the whole thing in shot, so if I pull it back any further, I'm just gonna smack my tripod. That's amazing! Oh, that's gonna be really good. Maybe I should make sure I get theirs before they watch the video, because otherwise they're gonna know what's in it before they open it. Just be like, hey, don't watch yet. I'm stupid. I can't fold it back up. Wow, so that's really high quality too. Like, this is a heavy duty. I don't know if you can see how thick individual layers are. This is like a heavy-duty Hasbro board game style board. It's, oh, I'll bet it does the thing. Hang on. Ah, it doesn't. Felt good though. Just didn't make a fun slapping noise. That's too big to have on camera, so we're gonna put it over there and bring this back into shot. Actually, this is almost too big to have too. Probably gonna regret trying to move this, but we'll shift it up a little bit. It gives it a little bit more space. Okay, so we've got, it says Pikachu deck guide, Charizard deck guide, no Mewtwo? Oh, I'll bet it's behind the counters. I'm a little sad that the counters aren't the nice acrylic ones like you get in the Elite Trainer boxes. Because in the Elite Trainer boxes, they're quite a bit more heavy duty, like they're actual acrylic markers. Like, let's see. Oh, they're not going to come out because I've got other stuff in the way. That's what I get for just putting everything back together instead of taking everything. That's dice. That's dice. All right. Forgive the tangent because I have to show off how much nicer these are. Did the Charizard, like the Champion's Path, did that not come with acrylic markers? It has markers in there somewhere. Where are my markers? Well, if I'm gonna be missing something, at least it's the markers and not the promo card. But that's kind of sad. Well, so not only was it a tangent, it was a tangent that wasted everyone's time. And now I gotta put this back together later. Oh! Got him. So there's no GX flip marker in here, but so anyway, this is how they come in the Elite Trainer boxes, which is like super heavy duty acrylic, really nice guys. So I will say that for how everything else looks so far, it's kind of surprising that they didn't go with these, you know, the nice, smooth, shiny, durable chips. They went with the Punch-Out style, which, at least they're the double-sided ones. Some of the decks that I've gotten have had like a little sheet of these included with them, and they haven't even been double-sided. They're like shiny on one side and then just blank on the other. But, so we've got guides for each deck, it looks like, because there is Mewtwo right underneath here. Oh, ooh! I didn't know there's a coin in here! Y'all, I love coins. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't try harder to collect coins either, because, like, the Pokemon coins. Because I have some. But then I was like, well, I'll just get them as I get them. And now I'm like, there are so many coins I wish I had. My other sister, who doesn't even collect Pokemon, she got a couple of the boxes to give the cards to our niece. Because she wanted the tins. Which is awesome. Cause now she's got lunch tins up the wazoo. But one of her tins had a coin that had the Galar starters. And it was super cute. And I'm super jealous. Alright. Oh, we got online code card. Should have seen that coming. So that's already nice to have. I wonder what all that's going to include on the TCGO. Alright, let's see if we can get this box out of the way. Recyclable plastic. Alright. Ignore the fact that everything just falls out of frame somewhere. So we've got the other two boxes over here, but shh. I know I said ignore the background. Why are you looking? Alright, so Charizard deck, Pikachu deck, Mewtwo deck. Little surprised it doesn't say Raichu deck if it has a Raichu GX card in it. But we'll go through that a little bit. And we got the matching guides for each. I'm not going to bother punching all these out right now. I do have, you know, the dice, which is what you use for the sets that have like the acrylic markers like this. They give you dice for the damage counters, which is an odd choice, but it's pretty cool. Leave that coin up there. I'm a little sad it's so big. I'd like to put it in the display with the rest of them. Alright, and then, I don't know. We'll start with Pikachu, because I like Raichu the best out of all these. Oh, and it looks like that GX card's right on top, too. Ah, I don't want to touch it. Alright, so we've got the Raichu GX card. I'm going to assume there's only going to be one of those per deck. Cynthia, Electabuzz, obviously Pikachu. Ooh, Electivire. Kind of expected Raichu to be the only fully evolved Pokemon. Blitzel, got a Tauros. Looks like a pretty standard deck. It has a lot of lightning support, which is good. How is good because just, here you go. Lets you draw cards, which helps you go through your deck a bit faster. Nothing really complicated, it doesn't look like. I think this is the most complicated so far. Pokemon Fan Club is a card that lets you pick out basic Pokemon from your deck, which can really be oh, there's an Alolan Raichu too. Picking out basic Pokemon is a real help, especially if you already have the evolved forms in your hand, because it just makes it easier to pull stuff up. Lots of energy cards, random Chansey. This Pokemon does 20 damage to itself. No thanks. Pikachu and Blitzel again. So it didn't look like. Actually, was there a Zebstrika? Now I suddenly feel like I passed one towards the end there. Yeah, okay, so there's a Zebstrika in there. So you've got Pikachu family. No Pichu. Still don't want a Pichu card. You got the Pikachu family, Electabuzz family, and Zebstrika family, or Blitzel family. And then that nice Raichu GX card. I do wish there were sleeves for these, but I have my Vivid Voltage sleeves, which I didn't pick up. I picked up black sleeves. Now I want the Vivid Voltage sleeves. If we're gonna have nice cards, we gotta put them in nice sleeves. That's how it goes. So, got the nice Chonkachu on the back. We'll put them in there. And you know what? I have my Champion's Path sleeves up here too. So we'll put the Charizard in there. I will probably keep these as a deck. Usually when I get cards, they go in the binder. Those are all the cards if you've been following my social media. That tall stack right there, all that has to fit in binders. Somehow. We'll make it work. But yeah, all that has to go in binders. But the decks I'm going to keep as decks for now at least, just so that when my niece and my sister do come over, we can do a little bit of battling and such. So I said I would get out the Champion's Path sleeves. I don't have Mewtwo sleeves though. Nothing fun to put that in. Guess we'll just have to use the black sleeves that I pulled on accident. This is nice. I don't have anything in my Champion's Path sleeves yet. So, got the G-Max Charizard there. Or, I'm sorry, V-Max. It's really nice too. Centering's pretty nice on those. So there's that Charizard. Let's see. So we got more Cynthia, more Hau, Great Ball, etc. Okay, so Kangaskhan, obviously Charmeleon, Salazzle. That's a surprise. Oh, Moltres. Wow, talk about surprises. Was there a Zapdos in the other deck? Or are we just going all out for the Zards? Putting all the special stuff in their deck. God, I love the way cards feel. And the nice thing, too, about really only the Raichu and Charizard and Mewtwo being difficult to get a hold of is I can actually, like, thumb through my cards like this. Because for the most part, I don't. I always feel like I'm going to get them scratched up. Like, there's a reason Lightly Played is called Lightly Played and not just lightly damaged or something. It's because they get that damage from playing. But no, there is no Zapdos in here. So, just a Moltres for the Charizard deck. Still, though, it's a pretty nice one to have. And that's some really nice art. Now, I'm kind of sad it's not going in my binder. Maybe later. Maybe after we use it some. Flareon, so hopefully there's an Eevee or 2 or 3 in here. Charmander. Ooh, a different Charizard. Ooh, he's fun. I like him. He looks like somebody else sent a fireball at me and was like, you thought? Oh, it's cute. I don't know why I thought showing this camera would be any better. This one's not HD. Alright, and now everything's out of focus because I made it sad and took away its Charizard. Salandit, Charmeleon. I do have that Charmeleon. Yep, there we go. There's an Eevee. Oh, it doesn't have energy evolution, though. That's okay. If this is really supposed to be a beginner set, then I guess having something with a Pokemon ability quite like energy evolution is going to be a little bit harder to learn. But that's okay. That means, you know, as we learn, we can swap out the better cards. Another Kangaskhan. Alright. So, what was that? Eevee, Kangaskhan, Charizard family. Oh, and Salandit and Salazzle. So that's pretty cool. Get you back up there where you belong. Oh, they're labeled too. Oh, I should have gone in order. Well, now everything's ruined. So player 2 was the Pikachu box. Player 1 is Charizard. How are you going to do that? How are you going to start someone with a Charizard deck and then being like, and your opponent has a Pikachu? Like, could at least make these two the 1 and 2. Because Charizard and Mewtwo tend to be a little bit stronger than Raichu. Although, let's see. Thunderbolt and Spark GX. Sparkball GX. Okay, those are actually both pretty good moves. I guess I can't fault that there. But, like, think about that mentally for yourself. Like, firstly, ask what your hair is doing. But then, ask yourself, what would you rather have? Charizard and Mewtwo or a Raichu? Me, personally, it's Raichu. Raichu is one of my absolute favorites. But that's neither here nor there. So, sorry, Mewtwo. You're just getting a regular old black sleeve. I do feel like I have this card already. And I don't know why. Isn't that the symbol for Hidden Fates? Are these Hidden Fate cards? Because that's very exciting. I think it is. It's either Hidden Fates or Shining Legends. I think Shining Legends is the one that, like, goes up and looks like a Lugia with its wings up. Like an abstract version of that. But let's see what they're going to have for this. If there's a Mew in here, I'll be very happy. I think the only Mew I have is, like, Ancient Mew, and then the other one that was from Going to a Movie, but I don't remember which movie. These cards feel different. Mesprit. Bug Catcher, and I keep looking at the wrong camera now. See, I shouldn't be in control of 2 cameras. I focus on one or the other. There is no in between. Alright, Mareanie and Toxapex. Another Eevee. Oh, I wonder if we have... Ah! Okay, see, I told you I was going to be excited. Look at how cute this little guy is! because there's too much light. Hang on. Nope, it says no. Let's see if we can, something like that. Where even is this specific shine coming from? It's a flippin' mystery. But look at him. There you go. There we go. Look, that is the flippin' cutest. I almost said Eevee because the Eevee cards are always cute. The flippin' cutest Mew. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I know Mewtwo doesn't obviously evolve from Mew. That would be so. Oh, there's an Espeon too. Oh, I'm glad I saved this deck for last because yes, Raichu is my favorite, but I knew he was in there. I knew Raichu was going to be part of this. But this, oh my gosh, Mew and Espeon. Looks like much the same of the trainer and support cards. Bug Catcher's a little bit different. Like, Howl lets you draw 3 cards, but Bug Catcher lets you draw 2. Then you can flip a coin, and if you win the coin flip, you actually get to draw 2 more cards, which is pretty useful, again, for building up your hand or getting out the cards that you need. Did I see a Snorlax back there? I stopped paying attention again. I promise this will get better. Or it won't, and you'll never see another video like this. You win either way. So there's a Snorlax in there, though. Alright, Cynthia again, Toxapex, How, Eevee again, Cresselia. They are going all out with this deck. Oh, that's very nice. Toxapex. Shut up, you didn't hear that. Cresselia. Alright, so, wow, that is a very different deck. So, like, the Pikachu and Charizard decks were each, here's some of the same type and their evolution chains, but the Mewtwo deck just went, you know what? Here's a whole bunch of psychic types, and a lot of them are legendary. Enjoy. Oh, where did I put those booklets? Let's see. Maybe there is something to do with, oh, a stalled. See, I can't edit those out as easily with the second camera either, because that's usually something that disappears from the main videos. I was gonna say, oh, with the order that you play them in, with the player 1, player 2, player 3 thing that we got going on up here. I'm wondering if maybe the way it teaches you is like, okay, here's your super basic decks, and then here's a Mewtwo deck that's got a little bit more strategy involved. So the booklets do tell you the deck list, how to play. Pretty much any structure or starter deck should tell you the ins and outs of the game, at least. Teaches you about your active Pokemon versus your bench Pokemon, how to play, what the damage does, how to double damage, or not really double damage, it tells you that your damage is going to be doubled if there's a weakness to it. So just Shadow. Gorgeous! Alright. Things like that. But some wispy somewhere is cast in a shadow. Let's just stop it. Lost my train of thought now, though. I got so distracted by that. But, oh, and resistance, like how resistance works. Let's see. Okay, and that's the steps for your turn. So it's pretty basic. That's still what it's going to tell you in other starter and structure decks as well. Not a big difference there. So, unlike, and maybe I'll have to get another one just to do the review of it, I have a deck set that is Alolan Raichu and Midnight Form Lycanroc. And it's a good set, but they literally, the first time they want you to play it, they don't want you to shuffle the decks. They say, don't shuffle the decks, start the game, and I think the Raichu deck wins. But I feel like that doesn't really teach you anything. It just kind of walks you through it. These at least just kind of give you the hows of it and go, all right, you know now, so go. Let's try this. I'm going to assume, since those two are the same, Mewtwo is the same, but it does feel a little thicker. Oh, Advanced Rulebook. I can read. Aren't you happy? Advanced Rulebook. So it does say specifically for the Mewtwo that it is going to be a little bit more difficult. You cancel your opponent, flip a coin, shuffle deck, blah, blah, blah. All that remains the same. It does touch on the mulligans in this, which is if you or your opponent doesn't draw a basic Pokemon, the opponent to whoever that had that problem will get to draw extra cards depending on how many times it happens, or they will have the option to. They don't have to. I have actually seen people reject that, and I can't fathom why unless they have like a long play deck that they want you to draw out all your cards. Just seemed odd to me. So it teaches you more about different types of cards, like I saw Stadium as I flipped the page. Stadium cards are a bit different because they kind of change up the rules of the game itself. So the Advanced Rulebook does tell you a little bit more. Shows you more about the cards. GX, GX Tax, Tag Team, etc., etc. We got Pokemon V, VMAX, and ooh, thank you. I don't know about Prism Stars. I have a couple from stuff that people have given me or that I bought lots of. No idea what Prism Star does. Prism Star cards are powerful cards with a couple special rules. You can only have one copy of each Prism Star card in your deck. If a Prism Star card would go to the discard pile during play, it is instead put in the Lost Zone. Oh, I know what that is. I think that was a Heart Gold Soul Silver thing. It's kind of like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus, go into the graveyard versus oh, what do they call it? I know it too. That's the most annoying part, is I know what it is. Anyway, this is Pokemon. Forget Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't. I gotta sit here until I figure it out. I know you use other dimension gates. Anyway, we're just gonna move on. I think moving on sounds good. It teaches about regional variants, so like it shows how if you have a Meowth, you can't evolve a Cantonian Meowth into an Alolan Persian. You can only evolve an Alolan Meowth into an Alolan Persian. This is a little bit older than Galarian Pokemon, I believe, so it doesn't touch on that, but same rules apply there. So that's really nice, though. It tells you about the prize cards, retreating. Nothing to point out here, but a cute little Ponyta. Anywho, oh, there's a special conditions page. So yeah, I mean, these get you started, these keep you going. I guess that is why the Mewtwo deck is a little bit more advanced then. So I do appreciate that. I was wondering, since it's a 2-player game, and maybe there's a way to have like a battle royale or double battles or something, but for the most part, it's a 2-player game. So I was a little surprised to see that there were 3 decks. But that just brings it around to being such a great value, which was part of what I wanted to touch on in the first place when we do these reviews, is the value of them as well. Especially because as of late, Pokemon has become a very hard game to get into, either from a collector's side or just a playing side of things. Like if you wanted to play Pokemon with your school pals right now, it'd be very difficult. It's hard to get a hold of things for any sort of budget. Like you could play the online game. I know my sister has picked up some extra code cards because it's just another way to do it. You get to play easier that way, and like I said, that's where they're learning how to play the game. So it's a good option, 100%. But if you actually want to have the cards and like bring them to school, if your school didn't ban them like mine did, they're hard to get a hold of for a good price. So things like this, where it has the 3 decks to start you out, the rules to tell you how to play, it's got the no, I lied, not those condition markers, but it does have, condition markers. Or should do somewhere. It doesn't. I lied, there's no condition markers here. There's only damage counters. Hang on, we're gonna get the box again. There's no need to get the box. The box is empty. Well, that's unfortunate for them, because that would have helped up it. But in my day, we just used a coin. One side was asleep, one side was poison. I don't know what we did for paralysis. We didn't play much. We mostly just traded. But you still get all of this, 3 decks, which is 180 cards. 3 booklets for how to play, a nice oversized coin for coin flips. I guess you could also use this as a condition marker if you needed to. The condition marker, I'm gonna keep calling them that too. Damage counters, the GX flip. You get a whole bunch of stuff. Retail price is $19.99. I got it for $16 just because of a Target sale. I would absolutely say that this is worth the cost as I continue to rearrange things, because I can't handle things not moving. It's worth the cost. It's worth the time. I mean, these take like, what, 5 minutes to get these all punched out of here. They come out really easily. It's actually kind of satisfying if you're into that type of stuff. I'm gonna have to edit. I don't know how I'm gonna edit with 2 cameras, but we'll figure it out. You get all this stuff for a decent price, even if you're not getting it as cheap as I did, or maybe you're getting it cheaper. That'd be even better. You spot this somewhere for $10, you snap up at least half the inventory that's there. You just go for that. It's a good way to get a bunch of cards into your collection. It's a way to get started playing the game, if that's something you want to learn. It's just a really good value. So overall, inventing a rating system on the spot, I'd give it a 4 out of 5, because I am a little disappointed that there's not condition markers, and that the condition markers and damage counters aren't something acrylic like you would get out of the Elite Trainer boxes. It's a little bit, not quite as good. But for everything you're getting, value's great, cards are great, this is fun. Gives me something to do, so I'm not staring at the camera and trying to fix my hair every 2 seconds. And you really got a lot of play options as well. Like I said, there's the Eevees in at least 2 out of the decks. I think possibly all 3 had Eevee. You can learn to swap out cards, because there are some that could be better. Like there's this Pikachu in the Raichu GX deck, and they're fine, but I know that I have Pikachu that do better things, either ones with Nuzzle and things like that, or ones that don't have retreat costs, so that they're easier to swap out and get the same effects over and over again. You can work in more evolutions, because the only one in this deck is this Raichu GX. And the Charizard had 2, I believe? Had this GX card and then a different Charizard to evolve it into. So you get a really good base set that is also very, very pliable to editing. So you'd be able to work your own stuff in or take him out, because I know I don't personally like having Snorlax in most of my decks, just because his retreat cost is so high. So basically, if I see there's a problem, I can't get him off the field fast enough without wasting energies, or letting him faint. So we don't really want that either. That guy didn't want to come out. So there's a lot of room for growth here, and I don't mean that in a room for improvement sort of way. I mean there's literally room for growth here. As you learn the game, you can change your decks and make them better. So I've got a couple more punch outs. Wasn't the intention to punch out till the end of the video, but I did. Now I got a mess to clean up, so I think I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed this product review. It is the first one. I hope they get better, because I feel like I rambled a lot. But thanks for hanging out. Keep being you, keep doing what you do, and I hope to see you in the next video. You have a great day.